to transition here from mount into the knee shield, into the Kimura setup from the flow of C1. And then I'm going to get into an option that you're going to see from the knee shield and Kimura setup as far as grabbing a lockdown. And think of this as, some people call it Z-guard into lockdown, or basic knee shield into lockdown. Some principles that you want to follow to grab your lockdown and making it easier. So let's start with the transition. Off of the mount frame, talk about this, inside frame. She starts to attack or bridge, inside space, sit the foot flat, grab, and this transition where I'm turning over to the inside and I'm pushing this hip away, escape my hips, my knee replaces where my hands are in here, my hands come up to the inside here. And what I'm looking for with my hands is a frame off on the shoulder. I'm gonna posture here. As I posture, that hand's gonna present itself, and I'm gonna snap into that hand. I have a high elbow frame. I can bring my knee to the inside and help out this elbow here. So this is what I want my frame to look like. I can bring my knee into the hip. I still have this bottom hook. I have a lot of frame off of her weight, even with her trying to drive forward and with some type of intensity. I have a lot of frame in here, and I have a lot of control. I have a lot of space to pick the places that I want to go, or to kick out, grab underhooks, or kick out into the Kimura. So that's my option off of my knee shield. All right, so let's turn around. So with this frame here, I also have this option for lockdown. All right, it doesn't look like I have an option for lockdown, but one of the things about lockdown is if she's heavy and her weight is sitting back, I'm not going to be that proficient at grabbing a lockdown from here. Sometimes with this low knee, sometimes even if she sprawls or puts any type of weight towards my legs, I'm not going to be able to proficiently grab a lockdown. So anytime I'm looking for lockdown, I'm preferably looking to grab this underhook when I grab the lockdown. But I know a lot of players from here, the first thing they do is try and just bowl their way through your frames to here. But I can let them come inside here and just let them collapse. And that makes grabbing this lockdown a whole lot easier, because the legs are light. We're heavy up top, but all the leg play down here is really light. So when I have somebody just sitting on their legs and they're in any type of guard, you're not getting to the legs. I need to get them extended out and their torso heavy on top of mine so I can grab the legs. I'm not trying to push them. I'm not trying to support their upper body. I'm looking specifically for underhooks, and I'm looking specifically for lockdown. I can't do any of that grabbing their arms. I can't do that grabbing their head. I can't do that pushing their shoulders. I'm taking my hands out of it, and I'm letting them almost smash me so I can grab that lockdown. Once they smash me, I want them to be heavy on top of me during the lockdown. If they don't like being heavy, they're gonna base out. And if they base out, that means that they've given up their hands as a weapon. But if they choose not to base out, they've given up a lot of sweeps, and you're gonna be able to sweep them real easy. Some people try and base with one hand, and you can tip them left or right once you got that lockdown. Lockdown is strong, so we're forcing their hand to do certain things, but if we want the top position, we're gonna have to flow into whatever they give us, or we try and funnel them to where we don't want them to go. So let's talk about the legs for a minute. Talk about this knee shield, all right? Now if she comes in and she gets past this leg, or if I let her past the leg, I'm trying to shoot for underhooks. They may not let me have underhooks, let's say they don't. So grab the inside space here. How do I want to grab this lockdown? All right, my inside leg has to go, or my outside leg over here has to go to the inside. Instantly when it comes over to the inside, I want it to go up underneath my Achilles over here. All right, the first step is to make the connection here, and I'm holding that here so you can see it. And once I have this little stump and I go inside, I want to make the connection here. All right, that connection is going to happen down underneath. The legs are crossed, and I'm going to use my outside leg, my bottom leg, to push the inside leg along until it catches the foot. When it catches the foot, you're going to feel their hips want to flatten out. Once you feel those hips flatten out, I can't get lazy and relax my hips because their knee is on the ground, and she can put weight on her knee and rotate the leg out. Rotate your foot out. Yeah, she just picks it up. So I can't let her knee hit the ground. All right. So one more time. I keep this stump. I don't ever let this go because she probably passed. I'm going to pass this outside leg to the inside. Now the stump can disappear, and I've got the legs connected. I run along the leg and extend, but I pick that knee up and I let this knee float. I don't want that knee hitting the ground. All right. This is when we get into our whip set. What do we want to do with that leg? What can we do with that leg? Do we go whip up or do we whip down? What direction do you want to take them? All right. Now they've collapsed. Keep this stump here, rotating outside leg to the inside. All right. Practice this. Keep the legs connected. Rotate to the inside. Keeping that rotation going. You get pretty proficient at these. I don't ever bring it over the top unless I want to flare the hip out and then switch and their leg will come back. All right, so it's another option that you have. Keeping it connected. Rotate to the inside. Flare this leg out. Make the catch as the foot comes back. Because eventually, if they won't base, this foot will come back to here, and then that's when I'm going to catch it. And I have my lockdown. If they keep their leg out here, they're not going anywhere. They can only go to my right over here because the hip's not going to let them, their body's not going to bend this direction. So I know their option is to bring that leg back. After I make the connection, they bring it back, and I can grab my lockdown. All right. Outside leg comes in to here, make the connection, drive up their leg, catch the lockdown here. All right. But that lockdown, I've got to be comfortable with them putting their weight on me when I grab the lockdown. Like I said, if they're leaned back, it's going to be hard grabbing the lockdown. Let me show you a couple other things that I'm talking about here. If you're here and you're trying to grab a lockdown, there's a lot of weight on it. All she has to do is sit her hips back and get firm on that leg. Bring your leg back up underneath. I can maybe get in here, but she's not going to let me have it. She has a tendency to want to lean forward, but she can take her hips back and really put a lot of pressure on my foot. And my feet being underneath her is not a really good option. All right. She gets my leg stuck. But if I try and grab here, and maybe she's coming forward, and I do this, and I try and grab my lockdown, all the weight is on her knee. So right now, I'm playing the lift game because all of her weight is on her knee. That's what's hitting the ground. Her weight is supported by her left leg over here and this knee. So there's a lot of weight on here, but as she comes forward, now that's where I want her so I can pick that leg up. So she's pushing off of me here, and I'm trying to grab this lockdown. This is a force on force type of thing. And it may be, I may lose out on this. She may just grab my hips and buttocks compress or just sprawl from here. When she sprawls, yeah, it's not quite a sprawl. But when she sprawls, she can break that lockdown open and start to pass. So I don't want to be here and holding her up. I want to let her collapse, grab my underhooks, my underhook, double unders, double overhooks. But we want to get to that lockdown. So we have to find a way to bring their weight forward and grab my lockdown in the process. But bringing the outside leg in, make the connection to their leg, and then you're extending. There's a couple other details in catching the foot where you can really throw their leg and hip and knee off the center. But practice just this outside connection. Connect here and extend. You gotta get the hips or the abs into play when you're doing this. So go to ab workout, guys, just holding that position here. Because this is what you're doing when you're in lockdown. It's just your hips that are floating and you made your connection, but the stronger your abs, the better and stronger your position is gonna be. Then you can lead into things like doing the whip sit. That's a little bit on the lockdown. The beginning part of C1 is the mount escape, or the elbow escape from mount, getting into the knee shield, getting into the Kimura setup. Now we're not grabbing lockdown in C1, but it is an option when you get into this position of knee shield, Z guard, half guard, and I thought I'd add in some good ways to set that up. So learn it, drill it,